Today on Vox, we have information on Tennessee abortion laws, Cardi B, and more. Zach Byram will have your local weather, and Jay Standard will have your sports.
It's Tuesday, October 2nd, 2018, and you're watching Vox News Today.
Please stand for the pledge of the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good afternoon and welcome back. I'm Mary Beth Mangrum.
And I'm Taylor Lawson.
In a victory for opponents of abortion, the U.S. Supreme Court has declined to hear an appeal case that has made it easier to restrict abortion in Tennessee. Pro-lifers hope to overturn a change that was made to the state constitution in 2014. It changed the document, saying that nothing secures or protects a right to abortion or requires the funding of an abortion. This change was approved by 53% of voters. However, there was backlash that claimed Tennessee's method of counting votes was unfair and allowed voters to rig the system. A federal judge agreed in 2016, calling the vote counting system unconstitutional. The 6th U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals overturned that decision in January. Monday's denial by the U.S. Supreme Court leaves the constitutional amendment intact.
A chilling video captured by a home surveillance camera in Carolina captured a 12-year-old boy while he was being ambushed, attacked, and robbed. The video shows the boy getting jumped by a group of teens as he was biking home from school Friday. Those teens were arrested Monday. Eric Ruckner spoke with the young victim.
I saw 3 guys running towards me, so then the driver, he pushed me down into the floor and all came and attacked me.
That's the altered voice of this Elk Grove child. The 12-year-old recalling last Friday when a neighbor's security video shows him being attacked by a group of teens.
I thought I would have to like get murdered because I don't know if they have a weapon or not.
The 8th grader says he was biking home from school when he was followed by the teens. The victim says one of the suspects asked him what kind of phone he had. Then the attack began. But the young victim wasn't the only one that saw these teens allegedly stalking their prey.
I saw the car proceed to follow the kid, and I just saw the way they were looking at him and the discomfort on his face.
Orlando Martinez says he was in the neighborhood visiting a friend at the time. The football player at Franklin High School was in his car, you can see here.
So then I hopped out my vehicle and started honking and yelled and walked towards them all to, stop it from happening.
It worked. You can see the suspects jump back into their car before taking off. Having his shoes and phone stolen, but relatively okay. The 12-year-old says Orlando saved him, not knowing how much longer the attack may have carried on.
If he didn't come in the car, they might have done worse.
I thought, what if it was one of my family members? I want them to do that for my family, so I thought I'd return the favor.
The 4 teenagers, 3 17-year-olds and 1 16-year-old, are all booked at the Sacramento County Juvenile Hall.
Authorities say that rapper Cardi B turned herself in to New York police Monday on misdemeanor charges of reckless endangerment and assault. The charges are a result of an incident at a New York strip club in late August. However, police didn't give details on exactly what led to the charges. A court date is set for October 29th in the case. Cardi B also made headlines for a separate incident last month. It involved an altercation with Nicki Minaj at a New York Fashion Week event. Video of the incident showed Cardi B lunging towards Minaj and being restrained. There were no arrests.
Russia's biggest calendar cover man is back. 2019 Vladimir Putin calendars have gone on sale in Russia, and as usual, will be very popular. The pictures depict the Kremlin leader as an omnipotent, strongman, whether he is atop a horse in winter, cuddling a leopard, or bare-chested fishing in a wild river. CNN's Fred Plitkin reports from Moscow.
The Kremlin coverman is back. Brand new 2019 Vladimir Putin calendars fresh on the stands in Russia. And many Russians proud of their president's posture.
I think not many countries have a president as strong as ours, and I think many people would like to have such a president in their countries. And it's always good to see and hear from our president. His statements and appearances are always so well done.
There's Putin with a pup, Putin with a cub, Putin on a horse in winter, and even colder, Putin taking the Epiphany dip in ice water.
If a foreigner buys this calendar, they will definitely have a good impression of our president. And they'll see that he can do it all. He loves animals, he can shoot, he looks good, and loves sport.
A nearly omnipotent president. That is how Putin is portrayed. Whether it's at international summits like earlier this year with President Donald Trump, or taking his top officials for a tour of the hills and rivers in the Siberian outback. Putin is the one running the show, leading the pack. The calendars are designed to show Russians that they have a strong leader who's in control, but also that Putin is a compassionate man and a man of the people. They're usually a pretty well-selling item. Shop and kiosk owners we spoke to say they think this batch will sell out fairly quickly as well. But there's always a strong supply of Putin calendars for those who miss out now. Once again, giving Russians and many tourists a glossy reminder of the brains, the brawn, the bravado, and of course, the beef of President Vladimir Vladimirovich Putin. Fred Plitkin, CNN, Moscow.
Now let's send it over to Zach with your weather report.
Well, today's story has gone more global. I'll have more on that, plus your 7-day forecast after this break.
CRCC to me is a calling that God placed on my life to really step out in faith on something that I didn't think I could do, and it's been amazing to see how God's worked through it.
CRCC stands for Crossroads Community Church, but we're a church that our vision is to be a life-giving church in our community. We do that through helping people know God, find freedom, discover their purpose, and then go make a difference. And so that's what we're doing every week, is helping people discover their jam and go make a difference.
Welcome back. An Indonesian tsunami caused over 800 people to pass, and survivors are struggling to come back from the damage. Kim Hutcherson reports.
Across Indonesia, a desperate scene after a deadly quake and tsunami left a widespread path of destruction. The death toll now tops more than 800 people, and Indonesian officials fear that number will likely climb even higher. That's because rescuers are desperately digging through the rubble, searching for survivors.
A baby boy in a drainage ditch, actually, was alive and was safe. Can't find the parents, but, managed to not perish in that.
On Friday, a 7.5 magnitude quake struck an Indonesian island and triggered a powerful tsunami. Cell phone video captured the moment the tsunami came ashore. Officials say the tsunami unleashed waves about 10 feet high and sent people running for higher ground. Indonesian authorities estimate that 2.4 million people were impacted by the disaster, and even the Red Cross is having a hard time reaching those who need it the most.
Roads are damaged, bridges are down, so it's hard enough to get into the major urban areas, but it's even more so difficult to get into the more remote rural communities, rural areas, small towns that are farther inland.
Hundreds were severely injured, and thousands who survived are now homeless and struggling to find basics like food and water.
It's a very grueling, it's a very emotional experience for everybody that's involved, and it's still not finished.
I'm Kim Hutcherson reporting.
Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. For today, we have partly cloudy skies with a high of 70, low of 66. Through the rest of the week, we'll have partly cloudy to cloudy skies with no rain in the forecast, with lows of 70, with highs of 72, 77, and 80, with lows of 65, 62, and 61. For the weekend, we'll have cloudy to rainy weather in the forecast, with highs of 82, 80, and lows of 64. And the same for Monday, cloudy weather with lows of 84, lows of 64. Now, that's all for me. Now I'll send it over to Jace with your scores from last night.
2 teams won their division last night in the MLB. We'll find out more after this break.
You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, come banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Stand in the Hall of Fame.
Sports on Vox News with Sports Director Jay Standridge is brought to you by Check Any Cash, your one-stop money shop.
Welcome back. Let's get right into it. Monday Night Football was last night as the Chiefs faced the Broncos in Mile High Stadium. It was a close game all the way through, but when Patrick Mahomes came onto the field with 4 minutes left, it was an incredible game-winning drive, and the Chiefs win 27-23. Here are the highlights.
Test. I asked him what's the coolest part of his new rock star status.
Linebacker Brandon Marshall is on Kelsey. Mahomes, he's going to try to get there on his own, and he does so with ease. Showtime. 3rd down and 1. Pitch to Freeman. Taking a long time to get there, and then he breaks free. Cuts back inside the 5 and drags a man for a touchdown. Early to still get a block. Kansas City trying to run a man out onto the field as Lindsey goes ahead and into the end zone. And here's Kelsey in for the score. Kelsey's in man on the drag. Here comes Von Miller. Oh, how did he pull that off? He got it to Hill, and they've got a first down. Joe, are you kidding me? Wow. I mean, here's Hunt, and he's in for the score. Kansas City takes the lead. Not only Sutton, but Emmanuel Sanders right here. That's the guy they want to try to attack. Here's your ball game. 4th down. Desperate times. Oh, he tried to lateral it. He was trying to lateral it to Sanders. And instead, it goes down to the ground. Time did. That guy, Patrick Mahomes, a star is born in the NFL. And he plays quarterback for Kansas City. 27-23. Next week, we're going to be in New Orleans, and Drew Brees is going after history. It's the Saints and the Skins. Stay tuned for the GMC post-game report on SportsCenter. For Jason Witten, Booger McFarland, and Lisa Salters, I'm Joe Tessitore. Enjoy the rest of your night, including time with my man, SVP.
Getting into MLB scores. The Brewers traveled to Wrigley Field to take on the Cubs. It was close all the way through, but the Brewers edged out the win 3-1. The Rockies traveled to Los Angeles to take on the Dodgers. It wasn't a close game, but the Rockies tried to put on a late game comeback but failed. Dodgers win 5-2. The bracket is all set for the MLB playoffs. The Atlanta Braves are playing the Los Angeles Dodgers. The Colorado Rockies are playing the Cubs. The winner of that game will play the Milwaukee Brewers. The Oakland Athletics are playing the New York Yankees. The winner of that game plays the Boston Red Sox. And the Cleveland Indians are playing the Houston Astros. And that's all for me. After this break, we'll take a look at your school announcements.
Smoking as a teen can permanently stunt your lungs, taking the air out of even the biggest and baddest.
Welcome back, Bradley Central. As you know, here on Vox, we started a series where we cover the various career and technical education programs our school has to offer. Today, we'll be covering family and consumer science. Tomorrow we will spotlight culinary arts. Now let's take a look at our school announcements.
School pictures are tomorrow, October 3rd. Be sure to dress your best.
The homecoming dance has been rescheduled to the 26th of this month. Be sure to buy your tickets in the lunchroom. We are online on YouTube at BCHS VOX News.
You can also check us out on Facebook, WTNB, and of course, VoxNews.net.
You just can't get enough of Vox.
That's all we have for you today, Bradley Central.
And as always,
God bless and go Bears.